What's up, everyone? Welcome to my show. Let's see if I can do this video without the cat getting crazy or the dog trying to attack the cat and kill each other. It's been crazy every time I try to make this video. So far, they've calmed down. Gizmo's sitting in his box, and Seamus is sitting down looking like I didn't do nothing. Um, got some stuff, went to the store. This comic book store I normally go to now, they opened a second location that's a lot closer to me. So I figured, what the hell, take a look, you know. Went in there and bought a few things. Yeah, I did. Few discussions though before I get in the whole show you what I got there. Wes Craven died last night. I know people probably already know about that. That's pretty crazy. That sucks. I mean, I was never really a huge horror fan, but I mean, that guy was pretty damn creepy. I mean, he knew how to do some horror stuff, I'll tell you. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we're going to get into, like, I guess a lighter note. It was kind of interesting. Can't remember if I mentioned it. They canceled Mortal Kombat X for the 360 and the PS3. I'm pissed. Very pissed off. A couple of my friends still have 360, and they were just like, they were flipping out. They're like, you know, what the hell, man? You know. And everyone asked me, like, what? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I just know they canceled it. And then I read the statement like everybody else. I don't know. Honestly, the way I think what happened is that they had handed it off to somebody else originally because they were focusing on the new consoles, and I guess they were just too busy. Like, hey, you know what? Let's focus on the new stuff. We'll hand, you know, the lower T kind of things to a new company. Well, not a new company, but another company, and we'll let them worry about it, and we'll just go and rake in the money on all the new systems. And of course, the new company, or the company handed off to, sucked. Apparently, they screwed up big time, or couldn't figure out how to like degrade it. I guess, you know, because like the graphics or whatever it is, I don't know how it goes. And they screwed up so much that NetherRealm fired them and had to step in and work on it themselves, which I'm sure they were pissed off about. And I just think what really happened is that they couldn't fix it. There was just no way they could fix it, like, or fix it in time, because like their deadline just kept going back and back and back. At one point, I think it was like December. Then they were saying it was going to be April of the next year, and then they just kept going. So yeah, I think it was that, and I also just think that a lot of it also has to do with they want to try to push into the new systems a little bit. I don't think that's the sole reason, but I think that's a lot of it, you know. But I think with NetherRealm, they don't really. They've had delays with games before. I mean, back in the day when Mortal Kombat first came out, or was it Mortal Kombat 2? One of them had like a huge delay, and that was before the internet, so people were like, what the hell's going on? But I don't think NetherRealm really did it just to push the new system. I just think they did it because there was just no way they would be able to fix it, which sucks ass. I did see a fight in GameStop, which was pretty impressive. Stupid as hell, but impressive, because they had mentioned, that was the other thing, another reason I think it might have happened is, before I get into the fight, was, I think a lot of it also had to do with a lot of pressure too, because they were saying, people were asking, like, sending messages all the time saying, hey, are we going to get compensated? You know, it's already months after the release, we didn't get anything. And then Ed Boon had mentioned, like, something about they were going to possibly give away the combat pack for free to the people for the 360 and the PS3. And then you'd have to pay for the second combat pack. And then I remember reading something that Warner Brothers was constantly getting hate mail from people who had the new system saying, hey, you know, we had to pay full price, and, you know, these people don't, you know, that's kind of messed up. Aren't we going to get something? So I think a lot of it also had to do with that, where they like didn't want to deal with it anymore. So they're like, hey, you know what, we're just going to cancel it. Go get a new system. Have a nice day. But anyway, onto the fight. I was at GameStop. I was getting my my money back. So I got some comics. Let's get my money back. And one guy well, this guy in front of me, well, the guy at the head of the line. So two guys in front of me were the one guy was the guy that was the problem. The staff there, you know, they're you know they're gamers or whatever. So the guy had mentioned something behind the counter. He's like, hey, he's like, let me guess, you're canceling Mortal Kombat, I guess, because it was going on all day. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm pretty pissed off. He's like, you know, screw you. And like the guy just went off. And he's like, you know, I'm not gonna really go into the whole language because it'd be pretty messed up. But he's like, you know, just screaming at the top of his lungs. You know, you dicked me around for months. You know, I've been waiting years for this game. They finally make an announcement when it's coming out. Then we get screwed over for 4 more months. Then they're saying it's going to come out in December. And he goes, you just keep dragging me, which rightfully so. I'd be, you know, like I said, I was pissed, but I wasn't going to take it out on them. And he's going on like almost like the GameStop people were the ones that did it to him. And I was just started laughing. I was like, oh my god. I was like, this guy's so pissed off or so delusional. Excuse me. And the guy behind the counter just like, what? He's like, seriously, we just sell the games. We don't make them. I don't care. This is just, I want your corporate number. I want this. I want that. And, it was just funny as hell. I was just laughing. I was like, oh my god. I was like, anything anyone can do to try to get free crap out of things, they'll do it, believe me. But anyway, let me show you what I got. Like I said, I went to the new location. Interesting store. It's like the original store is pretty big to begin with. It's nice the way they did it. This new store, I think what they did is they opened it while they're trying to create it, I guess, because they took over. They bought two stores. Well, they originally had got the one store, and then they figured, I guess, oh, it's not big enough. So they talked to the next store that was going out of business, and hey, we'll buy the thing out from you. So now they have two stores, and it's just kind of like a maze. Like you walk in, and like the front has like I mean, it's nice. I'm not saying it's not nice. I think it's actually kind of cool. But the front looks like kind of like a waiting room. Like you're like, okay, well, where do I sit? And they got a couple of display cases and a register, a couple statues here and there. And then you walk into this like giant ballroom kind of thing. It looks kind of like a convention. This giant like wooden floor. It's got tons of lighting, and it has all like these display cases and statues everywhere that have like the expensive comics and stuff like that. Then they have right in the middle they have all the trade paperbacks, and on the one side they have all toys. On the other side they have all like the new release kind of stuff. Then because the guy's like, oh, you ever been? I was like, I've been to the old one. I was like, I've never been to this one. He's like, oh well. He's like, let me tell you how it goes. He's like, you see that doorway? Like there's a doorway all the way in the back. He's like, go through that. And he goes, then you make a right, and we have the back issues. He's like, if you make a left, he's like, we have like tournaments, and he's like, and if you go straight down, we have this and we have that. I'm like, oh my god! So it was like a maze, but it was pretty cool. It was a good place. And for those who want to know, I got my Comic-Con tickets there. Yay! I really wanted to surprise the wife. I wanted to mess with her a little bit. So I had asked, like, I was like, oh, go look around, go see if you see anything you like. She's like, all right, I was like, you never know. And she's kind of just walked away, and I asked the guy, I was like, can you buy the tickets here? I was like, because I know you could at the other one. And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, I got to think of a way to not let her know that I'm buying them. Excuse me. Hairball. So I was like, all right. I was like, oh, dear, can you go check for these? I was like, I want to check something here. I was like, so we can... She's all about not wasting time, especially in a comic book store, Sometimes she's all right. Sometimes she gets kind of antsy, like. So she went to go look for random stuff that I had sent her on, and I bought the tickets and I put them in my pocket, and I had said something to the guys like, "Can you do me a favor?" I was like, "When I come back around and buy some stuff," I was like, "Can you tell her that the tickets are sold out when I ask for them?" He's like, "Yeah." So, I'm evil, I know. So we'll get into that in a moment. So I walked around. I was looking at the whole new stores. Like I said, some cool stuff. Let me show you a couple comics I got that I had the wife. I sent her out for. Now I have. I believe. I'm not. I gotta really kind of double check it because I haven't been doing. Checking my stuff off. I'm like, oh, all right, I got that. These are ones I know I needed. Wow. These are the ones that I needed. For the X-Men. They have an X-Men thing, and I got them. Didn't get them cheap, but compared to I look at it now as like, is it cheaper than eBay, or is it still cheaper or the same with the shipping? And that's pretty much what it was. It was the same with shipping on eBay. So I just like, all right. They're all near mint, which is kind of cool. I got X-Men number 20. I paid $4 for each of these. And like I said, I looked them up on eBay beforehand because I knew what I was going to go in there looking for if they had them. And I think like on eBay, I think I found one for like $2, and then it was like $2 shipping, and then I found one for $1, and it was $3 shipping. So it basically rounded out to the same price anyway. But then you get taxed, so I guess all right. But anyway, X-Men 21. Oh man, I think I'm getting sick again. Hope not. Which interesting enough with these, like, I'm not sure if this is what this is, but I think it is. When you look at number 20, they said, like, guess who's back? And they show, like, Psylocke trying to, get Cyclops and stuff like that. And at the end, they have Psylocke dressed in her old armor saying that the other one's the imposter, which I can't remember what it was because I didn't have I remember Quanon and Revanche and all them, like, but there's like I said, I showed that one. What the hell am I doing? But there's that one, like I said, I showed, but it's got Revanche and Psylocke. So I can't remember what was what, but whatever. I think that might be her first appearance. I'm not sure. Got number 22. That's a pretty damn cool cover. And last but not least, they got 23. So now I have the X-Men from 1 through 35, and then it's sporadic through there. I figured, like I said, if I can get the X-Men stuff cheap, I'm going to try to go for the X-Men books. Let's see, Comic-Con tickets, did that, yep, alright. Other stuff I got, here's one, like a little, yeah, I bought an empty box. But that's this, he's a little Funko Pop, if you can see him when I'm spinning. Green Batman. I got him because he's Batman, and I also got him because he's green. So he's going to go in my little bag. Well, continuing with the Funko Pop. Got this as well. Deathstroke. Because I'm sick like that. I almost bought the Arrow and stuff like that. I'm like, I'll wait. And then I got 2 of these. I had a contest with the wife. I wanted to see something. Just to see how luck is. You know, see how... Because usually hers is a lot better than mine. But it was kind of even today, I guess. Well, not today, but when we went. Garbage Pail Kids vinyl figures. As you can see, there's the back. Some cool stuff. I opened them. Obviously, I wasn't going to, wait. Because I'm... No patience. So it was funny because... I said to the wife, I was like, you grab one, I'm going to grab one. She's like, well, why? I was like, I just want to see something. I was like, I'm just curious to see how it goes. I was like, either our luck, we're going to get the same character, or you're going to get a good one and I'm going to get a crappy one, or, And, so, I grabbed mine, opened him up, and I got Nat Nerd. Well, I think he's called something different than this. He's called, where is he? Clark Kent. But in the Garbage Pail Kid thing, he's Nat Nerd. But it's funny because, like, the detail on these things, they're pretty cool. Like, they move their head, their arms move. He's got, like, spit. You can kind of see him. He's got all the he's got crooked glasses. They're kind of, well, now they're on there, but they were up before. And you can kind of, well. Anyway, and then if you can kind of see it, which you might not be able to for this camera, he pissed his underwear there. But pretty cool. I kind of wanted him anyway. I was like, reminds me of me. Though I never pissed myself. But then again, I'm getting older. Who knows? And the funny thing is, the wife flat out called this, which was disturbing. She picks it up. She's like, I know what this one is. And I'm like, what? She goes, I guarantee I'm going to get this. I'm going to show you and tell you. She got TV Stevie, which has a little remote, which you can remove, which is a pain in the butt, but see his little remote. I actually wanted him too. I was like, I really want him. I was like, he was one of the coolest ones back in the day because it's got the old TV from the 80s. Yeah. But it's funny because she flat out called it. She picks it up. She's like, I'm going to get the TV Stevie guy. And I'm like, what? And she goes, I guarantee that's the one I'll get. And I was like, because I was telling her, she's like, which ones do you want? I was like, well, I really don't want any of the girl ones. I was like, I kind of just want, because they weren't really my favorite. I was like, I really want the devil or the crocodile or the Conan guy or the vampire, the dead guy, all that stuff. Anyone but the girl one. Not that they're bad. The girl ones are kind of cool, but I was just never really a fan of some of them. No offense, but hey. And it was just creepy. She's like, she opens up. She's like, I told you. I'm like, that's better. Sorry. So that was pretty funny. So I got 2 of those. I was gonna go nuts and buy a lot of them, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go nuts. Maybe next time when I go back, I'll buy a couple more and see what happens. But excuse me. I wanted the Comic-Con tickets. I spent a lot of money. I did. The wife was pissed but happy. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I got her the VIP ticket, which was $200, and then tax, and I got myself the regular $40 ticket, which was for 3 days, which it made sense because when you look at it, a 1-day ticket was $35 and a 3-day ticket was $40. So for $5 extra, you're getting all 3 days. The VIP thing, time will tell if it's worth it or not. I don't know because they didn't really say. Because I asked them, I was like, what do you get with the VIP thing? I was like, I'm just curious. She obviously gets into the thing earlier than everybody else. Apparently on Friday they're only having it from like 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 or something like that. But she's going to be allowed to get in at 12, so she's going to have a shot at getting some of the things she wants to get. Because there's actually, like I said, it's funny. I really wanted to treat her. I really wanted to, go all out for her because it's the first time she's ever been truly excited to going to a convention. So I was like, you know what? If you're gonna do it right, right? So, because I know she really wants to meet this Gerard Way guy from My Chemical Romance. She's got tons of stuff. She's like, I hope, yeah. So with the VIP thing, she gets 2 autographs and a photo with him. So right there, it's worth it because she gets to meet him. Number one, she gets 2 autographs. So she's got 2 things she already picked out that she wants signed, and she gets a photo with him. I had asked how much the autographs were because they didn't. It's weird because the website that they have for it shows all this stuff, but when you get like this little, they have like a little card that advertises it, and it doesn't say anything about the people on the card on the website. Because supposedly Neil Adams was supposed to be there. There's a couple of the people, and I asked, he's like, oh yeah, they're going to be there. I'm like, all right, because it's not on the website, but it's on your card. And they're like, yeah, we just never updated. I'm like, I'm hoping, but it didn't say anything about prices either. So that's kind of like, oh god. So she's got, like I said, she's got so much stuff she wants to get signed, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll see, see what we can do, because we're poor. But like I said, I want to do it right. I wanted to, let her have a good time, and she's like, when she saw it, she found it. I didn't tell her how much, but when she sounded like saw how much it was, she's like, oh my god. She's like, well, I'm like, well, dear, I was saving the money anyway. I was like, so it didn't matter. It was supposed to go for that. I was just gonna get it later on, but I was getting worried because it was, it's the end of August, and I'm like, oh, this is in November, and I don't want to not get tickets and be like, oh, wait too long. So anyway, we're on the line. Like I said, when I was buying this stuff, I'll give you that story, and then we'll get into more stuff. And I was buying stuff. I was like, hey, can I get 2 tickets for the Comic-Con? And he's like, yeah. He's like, we just sold out. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I was like, everywhere. I was like, it's just at this store, like, 'cause like they had like certain, like, it's weird how they're doing this, which I'll tell you in a minute. And the guy played it off beautifully. And he's like, no. He's like, we're sold out completely. He's like, it's it's a really hot show. And the wife, she's like, oh, because I told her, I was like, oh, let's go get tickets. I might as well get it now. And she's like, all right, and she's like, she was so sad. I felt really bad, and but I was like, it's one of the best with her a little bit because like sometimes she messes with me, and she's like, oh, I was like, well, dear, I was like, you didn't really want to go anyway, did you? She's like, no, and she was like, and we're walking out to the car, and I sit in the car, and I had the tickets in my hand. She didn't notice it, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, did you really want to go to that? She's like, yeah, I really wanted to meet him. I was like, well, well, you still can. She's like, how? And I'm like, because I got 2 tickets. And she's like, you son of a bitch. I was like, yeah. She's like, what? I was like, I got you a VIP one. She's like, what? She got like so, like a, like a deer in headlights. Huh? She was excited. She was very, very excited. Now, the funny thing is, like I said, it's weird because when I got these things, the guy had to explain them to me. He's like, I was like, what do I, how do I get the tickets? Because I didn't know if I had to go home and print them out myself. They gave me a code or whatever. So he gives me these things. He's like, these aren't the real tickets. And I'm like, okay. He's like, they're kind of like placeholders. He's like, what you have to do, which is interesting. He's like, come back to any one of our stores. He's like, in November. He's like, a week or so is good before the convention, and give us these tickets, and we're going to give you the VIP badge and the regular badge. He's like, so that you can get in. And we're supposed to get some kind of VIP goodie bag, and I was like, well, what's in that? And he's like, honestly, he's like, we don't really know. He's like, we're ironing it out. He's like, but we do have this extremely limited print that apparently somebody there is going to sign. You get it for free, sign for free. So he's like, we have that. He goes, but I can't tell you who it's for. And I'm like, well, it's probably because they have like some guy that's for The Walking Dead, which I think he's an artist. That it's his only U.S. appearance. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be along the lines of that. But we'll see. Who knows? And you're supposed to get like a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, all right. And the wife's like, well, I'll give you that. I'm like, yeah, I think so. Let's just hope it doesn't suck. Like, a guy I work with had gone to these steadily since they've started it. Because it's not like a Wizard Comic-Con. It's the comic book store's actual Comic-Con. Like, they flat out put it out. Which is impressive. They have to have money because the amount of people that they claim. Like, last year they had John Barrowman, the guy who plays in Arrow. He's the, what the hell's his name? Black Arrow or Merlin. Couldn't think of it. He was there, and then I think a year before it was like they had somebody else. Who the hell was it? I think they have like Dean Cain, but so they have media guests. And the guy, like I said, I work with, he's like, hey, he goes, it gets better every year. It's like every year it gets bigger and bigger and this and this, and he's like, and it's great. I'm like, all right, we'll see how it goes. We'll just hope they don't charge too much for autographs or for comics in general. Which if it's from them, it's kind of iffy because if it's their stock, I don't know. Some of their stuff they really overcharge. I mean, I like the store, I really do, but like when I was looking through these, I went to the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm like, what the hell? Take a look. And they had like Amazing Spider-Man number 108, which you can get on eBay for like $5 to $10 max, even with shipping. And they wanted $65. And I was like, wow, okay, overkill. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know what I'm getting in the grab bag, but I'll make a video when we get it before we go to the convention. Like I said, the wife very excited. She's like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet this person, and I told her, I was like, now you know how I feel when I really want to go to a convention, and you make fun of me, and you're like, oh, you're such a nerd, I was like, I can't wait to get that on tape, when I was like, when you're like, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna make sure I get all the angles when she meets, she's a huge fan of My Chemical Romance, and when she meets this guy, she's gonna be like, she's gonna not be there, so I'm gonna have the camera. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's my main goal. Hopefully, because she's like, oh, you're not even getting in. I'm like, well, I get in. I was like, I just get in later than you do. So I told her, I was like, if you really want it, I was like, just go on his line first. I was like, and kind of knock him out of the way. So, if it gets crazy, you've already done it. I was like, but it's up to you. I was like, you got 3 days. 3 days she gets in, like I said, earlier than everybody else. So a lot earlier too, because like the Wizard Con, you get in 30 minutes earlier than everybody else. Or they have a day before you get in. This they were saying originally they were going to have. It was supposed to be Saturday and Sunday. They added the Friday, and then they were going to add a Thursday, and then Thursday was strictly VIP people. But then they got rid of it and just did an early Friday. But like I said, like Wizard, you get in 30 minutes early. This thing you're getting in an hour earlier than everybody else, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, nothing else. I mean, I have a lot of stuff coming in the mail, so. I originally only had 2 things, but I bought some more stuff. I was looking eBay, man. It's a freaking killer. When you try to, it's like you're on drugs. You try to get off, and it just keeps sucking you back in. And I'm like, oh my god. Like I was just messing around. Like I was going through my account and just checking to see when the other stuff was coming in. I'm like, all right, it's late now. I was like, where do you know what's going on? And I'm like, possessed. I'm like, oh, look at that. That's cheap. Has to stop. Like I said, I still have the wife's voice in my head. Do you want this or do you want a house? And I'm like, yeesh. Which shouldn't be a hard decision at all, but sometimes it's just like, I'm gonna buy this and get a house. No, you're not. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. But oh yeah, I did get questions about my my new channel, if I'm gonna do it or not. I'm like, I told everybody, I was like, I don't know. We have to wait and see. I don't know what I'm doing yet. So it's the truth. I don't have a freaking clue. I'm see how it goes. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, I almost did like a really big shout. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, taking the time to watch these long videos. Now that I have a good camera, I can make long videos, which is good. But just remember, it's not the size of your cave that matters. It's what you have in it. Later, everybody.